I'm back. I wanted to give you guys a quick update on our situation as far as what is going on with the eviction process. We are still going through it. We went to court, we filed an answer, so we're just waiting on a court date so we could go see the judge. We do have like a lot of evidence against our scumlord, so that's gonna help us out a lot. But as far as allowing that to take us down, we're not going to do that. Like, we're still fighting. We're trying to stay strong. Thank you to those who have sent donations to help us out, because the deposit that we have to pay, the first month's, last month's pet deposit, plus the legal fees, like I'm talking about the deposit for a new place when we find one. I haven't found a new place yet. I'm still looking. The legal fees on top of everything else, like, it's just piling up. And you know, I never asked anything from anybody before, but you know, if you have the heart to help us out a little bit, we do appreciate it 100%, of course. And I'll give you guys a shout out in my videos if you want. My PayPal for the donations is going to be in the description below, so you guys could check that out. Just click on it and it goes directly to my PayPal. With everything that's been going on, we have good news with something different, completely different. So you guys know, if you guys go back to my other video, you guys will see that we are getting kicked out of our apartment. I mean, it's literally a couple of days before Christmas. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to all you guys. Number one, from my family to yours. And number two, the reason why we're getting kicked out is the fact that my landlord, after being there for like 3.5 years with my animals, you know, my dogs, everybody knows about my snakes, of course, which they don't bother anybody. I have like tiny little chihuahuas. You guys have seen them in the videos. My landlord decided he no longer wants us to have pets, but yet the other tenants have dogs and he hasn't kicked them out. He hasn't said anything to them. So this is like straight discrimination. There was a couple of problems, major problems in my apartment that needed to be fixed for the last 3 years. Still hasn't been fixed. Our hot water is still fucked up. Like, we barely have hot water to shower. That's why I had pneumonia last year around this time. If you guys remember, I ended up in the hospital with really bad pneumonia because I was taking cold showers. He still hasn't fixed that. As far as our oven goes, our oven still doesn't work. It's been like 2 years now. The hole in the shower that he put in one of my bathrooms, we had to patch it up with duct tape. He told us to put duct tape, and he said he'll come and fix it whenever he feels like it, on his terms, on his own time. And that's been like 9 months and he still hasn't fixed it. I mean, there's just so many things that, you know, essential things that needed to be done a long time ago, and he still hasn't fixed it. But he wants us to move out, and I think that's bullshit. But let's move on to something a little bit happier topic.
This dad said, you know, I always open my kid's chocolate milk for him, and he has to drink it after he eats because he'll chug it all, and I take a dad tax. Dad tax is where he takes a drink of the chocolate milk before he gives it to his son.
That's
he said it's a good thing I did it this time because they had poured poison in the chocolate milk for the kid, and it burned his stomach. He has a hole in his stomach. He was rushed to the hospital.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous. So I have something to show you guys, and before I do, let me explain this. A couple of days ago, we went to a friend's house. We were in the area. We don't have too many friends here in Vegas. Nobody comes to our house. We barely go anywhere. So we went to our friend's house. Now, they live in a house, and it's a gated house. We parked on the street. My husband got out of the car, and he's like, oh, look, there's a cute little dog right here. So I got out, and I seen this cute little dog. She's a little tiny chihuahua. And I was like, oh, that's so cool, you know? So she followed us up to the door of my friend's house. We knocked on the door. They opened the door. Before we went in, the dog was like jumping on our legs, you know, trying to play with us. So we kind of petted her a little bit. We asked our friend, we said, do you guys have a new dog? Because I know they have like 2 big dogs. And I said, do you guys have a little dog? And they said, no. I said, well, so whose dog is this? And my friends had guests at the house at the time, and so I thought it was maybe their dog too. And I said, is it your dog? And remember, like, Vegas around this time, anywhere around this time in the winter, it's always cold. You know, it was like around like 38, 37 degrees at night. It was freezing cold. I asked those people that were there, and they said, no, that's not their dog. So nobody's claiming it. And then there was a couple of people outside, so we asked around. Nobody's claiming the dog. They said, we don't even know where she came from. We don't know whose dog she is. Come to find out, it was most likely, there was a house that was like 3 houses down from my friend's house, and that house has just recently been empty. So that the people that used to live there moved out. They said I think it was probably their dog, and so when they left, they literally left the dog behind and abandoned her. I felt really bad, you know, I didn't know what to do. So we walked up to the car and I didn't really think much of it afterward. We were in there like maybe 10 minutes.
15 top.
10-15 minutes at my friend's house. You know, we just dropped by to say hi. Anyways, so we left and then we were walking up to our car and I hit my car alarm door to open. So when it opened, the dog ran to my car and started running in circles around my car. And then she ran towards my husband's side and she ran towards my side. So my husband goes and sits in the car and then I go to get in my car on my side and I open the door and I didn't see the dog. I thought the dog was like still running around in circles, and at that point I thought she was by my husband's side of the car. Without realizing it, when I opened the door, I barely like picked up my leg and put half my leg in my car, and this little dog just decides to jump in my car and make herself at home. So my husband reaches down to grab the dog to, you know, put her back out, and she jumps in my back seat and she's just sitting in my back seat and she's just looking at us like, okay, I'm ready, let's go. So we were there like sitting in the car for like 10 minutes, like trying to figure out what we're gonna do with this dog. And she was shivering, she was cold, and she's kind of like a little skinny, like you could see her ribs. So she was out there for a while, at least a couple of weeks to maybe 2-3 months or something like it. I told my husband, I said, okay, let's take her home for the night so she's nice and warm. Let's take her home for the night and then let's give her food and water, warm her up a little bit, and then we'll decide what to do in the morning. Now this was like around 11 o'clock at night. So the next morning I woke up and I put her on Facebook. You know, I found a lost dog, blah, 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 blah. It's been a couple of days, nobody has claimed her yet. And I did put on Facebook that, you know, X amount of days, if we don't find the owner and nobody claims her, then I'm gonna keep her. Well, nobody claimed her. Nobody,
Are you licking
you know,
my leg?
She's licking hers. We literally fell in love with her. I mean, she's such a good dog. She's such a good dog. The only problem is she has a little bit of an attitude with my cats, my daughter's cats, and I don't like that. So we're trying to break her from it. We're trying to break her from that habit of not getting along with the cats. She still doesn't have a name. So let me know in the comment below what we should name this dog. She's such a pretty girl. I'm going to turn the camera around so you guys can see her in a second. She's been sleeping with me on the bed. She doesn't leave my side. She doesn't leave my husband's side. The first night she snuggled with me. The night after she snuggled, like every day she snuggles with me. When I'm in my room, she's with me. She's potty trained. She goes to the door when she wants to go to the bathroom to let us know that she has to go potty, so we take her out. For the most part, she's besides the cat issue we have right now, and I'm sure we could break her from that. You know, we're working on her with it. With everything else, I couldn't ask for a better dog. So I'm gonna switch the camera around and I'm gonna show you who she is and introduce you to her. Comment below and let me know what we should name her. Okay, so everybody say hi to little Missy girl right here. I don't know what her name is.
Dog.
We have tried to call her a bunch of different names, but she won't respond to
Wilma.
any of the names that we thought she might have. But
Betsy.
No, not Betsy. I don't like that name. For
Buford. Are you Buford?
Hi, baby. Show your cute face. Hi.
It's Mama's dog.
Look at her nose. Yeah, this is Mama's dog. My dog.
Sleeps right next to her.
Hi, baby. Oh my goodness.
You did it.
She is so cute. So there's this guy right here, and she's very protective. So look, she's going back and forth from me to my husband, and she's gonna pop up and look out there again. See? She wants to know who that guy is, and she wants to make sure the guy isn't.
Stay here until he comes back again.
Yeah. So when he comes back around, she's gonna come back to me. She's very, very protective.
You just knocked my lighter down, you stooge.
When there's other dogs outside,
People, period. She barked at the...
she barks to let us know. Even people, yeah. When people are around my door, she barks. So overall, you guys, this is our baby girl right here. She is the new addition to our family.
So instead of getting rid of the other dogs that we were told we had to get rid of, we got stuck with this one. But we're the type of people that we can't just leave an animal on the side of the road after she jumped in our car and she's like trying to be loving, you know, she's tired, she's thirsty, she's shivering. How do you just ignore that? Can't.
Exactly. Like, she literally, after she ate and drank that first night we brought her home,
She hasn't left our side.
She hasn't left our side. She jumped on our bed and she lay down right next to me, because I was working on my laptop. I'm still writing my book. So she literally like jumped on my bed and she snuggled with me all night. She was like laying next to me, like literally within like seconds she crashed out. I think that was like the first time she was actually content. She was nice and warm. Instead of getting rid of our dogs, because we're not going to, because they're family, we have a new addition to
Our family.
Our family.
You're on that side.
Oh, see? Yeah, there's
so
people on my
protective
side.
of you.
She's
It's so
very
weird how she
protective.
And the way tell them what she did to me.
My husband got up in the middle of the night and then he came back to bed and then he scooted up close to me a little bit and my dog started growling. This is my dog, I cleaned her. She started growling. She's very protective over me already, which I think is really cool. I think she knows like who rescued her. My husband and I both rescued her. And she likes to share us equally, which is really cool.
All the other dogs sleep in my kids' room at night. They sell us out. During the day they hang out with us, but at nighttime they like to sleep in my kids' room. Not this one.
Yeah, she's the only dog that we have that likes to sleep with us. She's keeping an eye on this guy.
Yeah.
Because he keeps walking back and forth, and she's like, what are you doing? What you looking at? Watch, she's walking back and forth. Now she's gonna come back on my side again.
But that's really cool that she does that to you. She doesn't want no one coming in the car. She knows he's gonna turn around again.
She hasn't taken her eyes off from him yet.
So, and then when we take her outside to go potty, because someone loved her because she's potty trained. She scratches at the door. When we take her outside to go potty, if we don't take her in the back where she can't see anybody, she'll go potty. But if we take her where she can see anyone, she gets so involved
Sidetracked.
watching and making sure they don't hurt us.
Yep.
I've never seen a dog do that quick. Look at her.
Yep.
She loves us.
She is very content, very comfortable. And it's
So
funny
cute.
because Max, my dog,
Fatty.
yeah, now we call him Little Fatty right now because he gained quite a
He
few
was
pounds.
also a rescue in the winter.
He was also a rescue 6 years now. This year, 6 years.
Same way almost.
Same way.
Except for at our house.
Yeah. So the way we rescued Max was we came home one night. Again, it was late at night.
It was 31 degrees that night. I
Freezing
remember.
cold in December. And when we parked the car and came out, he was like in front of my car and I parked in front of my house. He like started like coming up and trying to jump on us. He was shivering.
No,
he
he
was
jumped
cold.
straight in the car. Remember, I opened the car door and he jumped straight in the car.
Yeah, just like her. So then we walked to the door. We walked to our house. We opened the door and he ran inside the house.
And we said, all right, one night.
Yeah, we said, okay, one night, and then we have to figure out what we're going to do.
I let him out the next morning. What happened was I fed and watered him. I was afraid you were going to want to keep him. So I opened up the front door and I go, all right, buddy, go on your way. And he left. And I shut the door. Then me and you got in the car. I didn't say anything. We went somewhere. When we came home with the kids,
Couple hours later,
like
yeah.
3 or 4 hours later, he was sitting in front of our door, just sitting there.
So I told my husband, I said, you know what? I'm claiming him. He's mine. And Max has been with us for like the last 6 years already. Overall, I mean, look at her. Look at her cute face. How can we put her out on the street? I mean, we're literally getting kicked out on the street ourselves, but we cannot allow an animal, an innocent animal. I don't care if it's a cat, a dog, a horse. I don't care what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Any of you animal lovers that understand and would do the same thing, and you want to help out, this is a way you can, donate to help out. We just can't give her up. We're not going to.
Yeah, definitely.
Now imagine our dogs, our family dogs.
Yeah, that we've had for years. Exactly. I've had some people message me telling me, why don't you take her to a shelter? Why don't you take her to the pound? Because we don't believe in that. We rescue our dogs. We rescued our cats and dogs. We're not going to take this little dog into, I don't believe in shelters, I'm sorry. And we have adopted many animals from shelters before. Here in California, for the last 17 years, we've been just rescuing animals. Therefore, she is going to live with us. She is part of our family already. As you can tell, she's so content. Look at her. She's just so cute. But yeah, let me know in the comment below of what you guys think I should name her. That's it for this video, you guys. I gotta get going. It's late. I'm tired. Oh, and just to give you guys an update, I know there's a bunch of people that said, how come you're not posting a picture of your Christmas tree like I do every year on Facebook? This year, we don't have a Christmas tree due to what is going on. And money is really, really tight. So I couldn't really afford to buy a Christmas tree this year. I have to save every penny I can to get a new place, including the donations coming from you guys, which we highly, highly appreciate, and we're very grateful for it. So whatever you guys can do to help out. I also do have a GoFundMe page. I'm going to put in the description the link, as well as my PayPal. We'll see who has an awesome heart to help a family in need. I mean, my kids are freaking out. I just need to take a breather, and I can't wait till that day when we do finally find a place. We do finally have enough money to move. And then once we get the place and move, then I could finally put my head down on a pillow and sleep peacefully for once in a long time. I haven't been able to sleep at all. There's just so much going on in my mind right now. Business has been kind of slow lately, so I've been tapping into my savings, and I'm almost running out of that as well. I don't know what to do. I'm freaking out. I love you guys. Thank you for all your love and support. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what you guys think of what my new dog's name is going to be. And send some positive vibes towards our way. We definitely need it. Merry Christmas.